Bergara and Tikka, two of the most popular rifle brands out there. And these are two of their most, if not their most popular rifles. From Tikka, we have the T3X Light in 6.5 Creedmoor. Probably their most popular rifle, and for very good reason. Incredible barreled action, super customizable. It's an ugly stock with no features, but it makes up for it with all the good. And from the Bergara corner, we have the B14 Hunter. Not as ugly of a stock, but still no features. It's their B14 line, so it's a solid barreled action. And today, we're gonna see which one is truly the superior rifle. All right, time for a feeding gauntlet. It's been a while since we really tested how well guns feed. So I'm gonna have Cash just throw rounds in here, and I'm just gonna be running them. I say we make it interesting. Let's grab some dirt, throw them in. It's been a while since we dirtied up an action. Oh yeah, how do you like that, Cash? Ugh. That feels nice, huh? Nice and satisfying. Nothing better than a good old dirty action. Listen to that. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All right. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Give it to me. 2 down. 3 down. 4 down. 5 down. Change the orientation a little bit. Good. Go upside down. And last one. 0 issues. We threw some dirt in there. We went up and down and loop-de-loops. Pretty impressive, but I gotta say, I mean, it's kind of what you expect from a Tikka action. These are just the absolute best. Dirty or not dirty, they just work. All right, time for the Bergara. Let's get the action nice and dirty, because that's everyone's favorite thing. Oh, yeah. Oh, love that sound. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1, load me up. Oh, it's gummed up for sure. No issues, though. That's 3. That's 4. Upside down. Oh, upside down. Didn't love that.
Right upside down again.
Let's go upside down. Oh. Oh, looks like we got some hang-ups. Too much dirt, maybe. Doesn't like the dirt. Shake it out a little more. All right, let's run it again. Yeah. Well, it's abstaining from feeding. The bolt does not want to go down. Probably just gummed up. So it looks like the Tikka is gonna win in the feeding round. We're gonna have to clean this thing nice and good, because wow, both of these actions are uber dirty. A couple videos ago, we showed off our brand new accuracy database. If you haven't seen that, I highly recommend you go check that out. There's some really good information there. The premise of this new accuracy test is we shoot 4 5-shot groups individually. We give it time to cool between each group, and we measure things like the average group size, the mean radius, the percentage of shots that land within 1 MOA, and tons of other numbers. And both of these rifles we have shot and appear on the accuracy database. But we wanted to shoot a straight 20-shot group. We still gave it time to cool, but we kept the same point of aim to show you what that 20-shot group looks like as a whole. So looking at the Bergara, why don't you throw that transparent sheet up on there, Cash? We've got a little half-inch ring right here. We got a 1-inch ring, 1 MOA ring, sorry, 2 MOA ring. Okay, so every shot of the 20-shot group is within 2 MOA, right around 1.8, 1.7 inches, which is actually over 1/4 of an inch better than the previous testing of this rifle. Before we were shooting the 140 grain ELDMs, and now we're shooting the 147 ELDMs. Now looking at the Tikka, throw that back up on there. We're looking very similar here. Every shot still within 2 MOA, but it's looking like they're a little more tightly clustered. Maybe a 1.5 inch group, maybe stretching out to 1.6. Now you might be asking yourself the question, these Tikka numbers look a lot different than the original Tikka upload on the database. And that's because they're actually 2 different guns. The rifle we previously had uploaded is a brand new Tikka T3X and 6.5 Creedmoor, threaded barrel and everything. This Tikka we're shooting right now is like 4 or 5 years old. It's one of the first guns Jim ever showed on the channel. And same with this B14 Hunter. The reason I didn't bring the new Tikka to shoot is because I wanted just a totally fair comparison between these 2 rifles, and it'll give us a good idea of which rifle is gonna hold up better over time. All right, it's time to put these rifles to the test. Let's have some fun. We got targets set out at 400, 600, 800, and 1,000 yards. Obviously, these are realistic, and then those farther ones are obviously very unrealistic hunting distances. But we want to see what these rifles are actually capable of in a hunting scenario when you've got 1 chance at an animal. So each rifle is going to get 1 shot at each distance, no redos, no takesy backsies, and rifles, don't fail me now. We got Cash running the spotter. Let's get it rolling. We don't use these steel targets nearly enough. We got this massive range, and all we ever use is that 100 yards, so. Bingo. 1 down. Whitetail at 600. Got it. That's 2 down. Coyote at 800. That is a tough looking target.
Just in front of his face off the right.
Oh. All right, last try here for the Tikka at 800. Oh, just barely under the vitals. Oh man, it's still probably gonna kill the coyote, but just barely missed the vitals. Wow. All right, 1,000 yards, just a little pig out there.
Oh, just over.
Oh, just skinned its back, dude. Got him. Wow. I saw the swinger move, but I see impact on the white. So I'm guessing bullet split on the edge, clipped the vitals. I saw the plate swinging. And that's going to count as an impact. All right, 400 yards for the Bergara. Really? All right, I know I said 1 shot, but that first shot was way off to the right. And I'm curious if that's cold bore shift. So I'm gonna take another shot. I'm not gonna change anything with my windage. I'm not gonna hold any differently. There's no wind out there. It's pretty dead.
There it is.
Wow, okay. So that second shot, I didn't change a single thing. I didn't change my turret. I didn't hold any differently. Wind is dead out there, so it's not shifting around. And those 2 shots are a good, 6 to 8 inches apart from each other. Maybe even more, maybe a solid foot even. All right, 600 yards. Bingo, 600 yards, deer down. All right, 800 yard coyote.
Oh, just in front of his face.
Oh, just off to the right. It's exactly where the Tikka hit on its first one. All right, 1,000 yards. Looks like we're off to the right again. Oh, dinged it. Wow. What a shot. So we got almost the exact same score from both guns, except our cold bore shot at 400 was off by a good amount to the right on the Bergara. So honestly, really impressive that we hit 2nd round impacts at 1,000. That is pretty awesome. So what's different about the rifles themselves? Let's start with the weight, because I know for a lot of people that is one of, if not the most important parts about their rifles, what it weighs. Tikka only uses 1 size action. So you're getting the same action whether you're getting a 7 PRC or a 6.5 Creedmoor. So that is definitely going to show when you're comparing the length of these two rifles. But regardless of that, the Bergara is actually coming in at over a half pound heavier than the Tikka T3X, coming in about 7.1 pounds compared to 6.4. For some people that may not matter because the shorter overall length is gonna be more convenient than if you were to shave off a half pound. For some people, the weight's gonna be more important. Both rifles have, in my opinion, a phenomenal factory trigger. I mean, they're just so crisp, a kind of crispness you just don't get from a lot of factory rifles, especially like a Ruger American. As far as what these rifles come with, you're getting a detachable box mag with the Tikka and a hinged floor plate with the Bergara. I much prefer detachable box mag. Just feels more convenient to me. Shootability of these rifles. Neither of these stocks are really made to handle recoil very well. So when you're watching on video, you don't, a 6.5 Creedmoor doesn't recoil that much. I mean, it has very low recoil energy. But when you're shooting a poorly designed stock, when it comes to, you know, recoil handling purposes, there's a lot of muzzle flip. There's just a lot of bouncing around. Even though it's not actually recoiling that hard, there's just a lot of movement. To me, the Bergara just feels like there's more movement post-shot. And so I don't love that, but neither of them are great. We talk a lot about recoil on this channel. Recoil, scope jostle, muzzle flip, all that stuff. You know, how much the gun is bouncing. So I want to really give you guys a visual of what that looks like and how it's actually impacting you downrange in a hunting scenario. So we're going to have a little bit of a challenge here for the guns. 2 shots. You got to take your first shot. I'll be running the spotter. Cash is gonna be the one shooting this one. I've been doing all the shooting, so you gotta get in on the fun here.
Yeah, I'm excited. It's gonna be good.
So we got our whitetail out at 600 yards. He's gonna get his first shot. You know, he gets to have all the time in the world. He, you know, long breath, whatever. But that second shot, he's got to spot his own impact. I'm not gonna say where it landed or anything. He's got to spot his own impact, re-rack his second shot, and fire. Make a correction if he sees something, if he sees a miss, or let's get up there, let's get shooting.
Heard it. And a vital swing. We're gonna get another one in the air.
Bingo and bingo. You hit the vitals both times. Were you able to spot your impact on that first shot?
No, I knew it hit the vitals. I could see the plate swinging, and I just wanted to get another one in the air. I didn't see exactly where it hit on there. I am only dialed up to about, I don't know, 10 or 11 power. And that helps because when you're shooting, if you're cranked way in on the animal and it's taking up your whole reticle when you shoot and the gun recoils, you're going to be searching for the animal and you're lost. So when you're shooting long range and you're trying to spot your own impact, you really need to crank the magnification down or else you're going to get lost. So.
Okay, I have no idea where that went. I see that I hit the animal, but I do not know where I hit. I mean, that thing just jumped like 100 yards to the left. Okay. Okay, I saw that one. That one landed in the vitals.
There's a lot of shots on that vitals, so I can't tell exactly where it hit, but I could tell it hit it.
You stacked both of those, basically dead center of the vitals.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah. Did you make any adjustments on that second shot?
No.
No? Just held the same spot?
I wasn't able to see that the first one, the gun just jumped so bad. I had to completely reposition the bipod up front. I mean, the bipod just jumped, So would you say the Bergara, you would confirm the Bergara bounces a lot more than the Tikka? Yes. So I would say this rifle recoils less. It feels like there's less recoil, but up front it's like a trampoline. It just bounces off somewhere else.
Good explanation. I would say.
And I'd say there's more recoil here on the Tikka. I mean, it's a 6.5 Creedmoor. It's not anything, but the ability to spot your impact on the Tikka versus the Bergara is a lot easier. Which is
strange because the Bergara is like almost a full pound heavier.
Yeah.
In my mind, we have a clear winner. It's obviously the Tikka. I mean, it's lighter, but it still handles the recoil better. It's lighter, but it's still more accurate. It's lighter, but it still feeds better. I just never saw a single scenario in which the Bergara was superior. It was close in some areas, but when we shot 20-shot groups, the Tikka was better. When we shot at range, they both hit the same impacts. When we did our little recoil challenge, it was easier to spot the impact with the Tikka. When we fed, the Bergara got gummed up while the Tikka just continued to feed flawlessly. Yeah. So all this is not to say the Bergara is a bad rifle. I don't think it's a bad rifle, especially for being in the budget realm. It's very capable, for sure. But after all this, there has to be a winner, right? Only one can win. We do not give participation trophies around here. So Tikka, my friend, you win once again. It seems like anytime we do anything like a Tikka versus something else, the Tikka just always comes out on top. It's strange how that works.